Okay guys, so how's she going today? So it's a little windy out, but we got to work on our garage door here a little bit. The drivetrain, or the drive chain there, got loose, and I'm gonna try to fix that here quick. So I guess we'll get into that. I gotta put it down yet too, and hopefully you guys can see this okay. Not sure on how I'm gonna. I think my uncle said it's gotta tighten a bolt there or something. So I think we're recording, aren't we? Yeah, I see the red flashlight there in the window. So we're gonna put that door down and we'll start working on this garage door. Let's get to it, boys. Fuck the damn sensor up. There. Let's see here. A little bit bigger. Bitch, come on. sure if that's even. It's not even tightening. Might be stretched. It's getting tighter, but it ain't. That's as tight as it'll get. I don't know here. I just need a new chain. Fuck. See here. That's too loose again, no. Much better. Some sure is grinding there, Jesus. Sure how tight they have to be. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that fucking thing. It's right there, but it's so loose. Freaking there. See, that's so damn tight there. That's loose there. It's probably off the route. almost there. Jesus. No, you can't, cat. No, cat, stay in here. Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, so I don't really know what's wrong with it. What do you boys think? Because I can get, you know, because when you tighten it, it gets well, it gets tight on one side, but the other side's so loose. So I don't know. Maybe that chain's wore out. Maybe I need a new one. I don't know. I don't want to, because when I crank it down, it starts to get harder to crank it. So I think it's probably a little bit too tight. But I guess if I break it, I break it, and nothing I can really do about it. But what do you boys think? Because that one side shouldn't be all sloppy like that. And then of course, when the door decides to go up, you know, like that, it the chain bangs. So I don't know what's up with that, but you can't over tighten them, because then you'll just end up, stripping the gears inside. It's probably too tight now, but it probably will stretch again a little bit, because I don't really know what else to do. The chain is too loose on one side, but then the other side it's tight, so I don't know. Maybe it's possibly wore out now if it's sagging on, because if the chain is like this, if you can see this okay, it goes around like this, right? Well, this side's super tight, and this side just wants to kind of just flop off the rail, or it's loose. But when I tightened down this, or when I pulled it tight, it only pulled this side tight. It didn't pull this tight. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys saw that or not. You should be able to see that, but because it's like a bike chain that's that's on a bicycle. It goes around the Dewey and pulls on the gears there, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's just wore out. I mean, it's probably still the original chain that came with that thing, right? So I don't know. What do you boys think? I know I could call my my garage door guy. He would probably know for sure too. I don't like the fact that every time you pick the door up, it bangs like that. See, that's that loose chain because this one's tight, this one's loose. But then once the door starts to, I guess obviously starts to move, then the chain goes tight, and then it goes around, right? But that chain's loose. So then when this chain's tight, and of course then it's under tension, up to the pulleys, I suppose. And then when it starts to turn, it takes this chain and yanks it up, and then puts it back into the line again. Well, it does that. It slams against something. I think it slams against the rail that the chain that's in it. I suppose if the chain did blow, it wouldn't obviously, I guess, go into the ceiling. It would just hit the Dewey and flip back off to the floor. But I don't know. My uncle said just tighten that chain. Well, see, I got it way too tight, I think, even now. And because when the chain was up in the thing there, it was tight. I couldn't move it, but the other one was just flopping all over the place. So What do you boys think? Do you think it's just time for a new chain? Because you think that when you tighten it, they would be tight equally. Because it's pulling. So then you think it would be pulling this chain too, but it's not. They're slack there. So maybe it's wore out. Because I know when you crank down on that bolt, it's tight. It's pulling this chain tight, but this one's still loose, right? This one's tight, this one's loose. You think that they would equally be tight. So I don't know if maybe I got a problem there. Maybe that chain... I mean, it's probably still the original chain to that door. I doubt that it's ever been changed. It's probably just been adjusted. I kind of always had that problem, and I just never really... I guess I never really did anything with it, but it seems like it's getting a little bit worse. It's a little bit better now, but with it being so tight like that, it'll probably end up, you know, stretching it out even more. So, but maybe maybe when it gets warmer out, maybe the chain will start to, you know, maybe it won't stretch. Maybe it'll stretch a little bit then with the heat. I don't know, but I think that chain's wore out. If you guys were able to see that, let me know what you think. If not, then I can make another video on it. But because when I'm running out of ideas, the only thing I can think of doing is just calling the garage door guy and see if he can replace it. I mean, I could probably do it too, but you know, a chain's probably what, maybe $6. I don't know. And then for him to do it, you know, maybe $10, $15. I mean, it wouldn't even take him a freaking hour to do that, so I don't know. It might be worth it to just have him deal with it. He can adjust it and everything, get it to the correct tension. I think it's over tightened, but like I said, it's only tightening this chain and this one's loose. Loosey, tighty. So I don't know. I don't dare go any tighter than that. I mean, I can really crank the sucker down, but you really shouldn't have to crank that down too tight. Right? You'll just put it under more tension, and then it'll snap everything. I might go back and loosen it up some, because I guess there's really not much I can do. I thought it would suck the whole thing back up in there, but it's not. So it's got to be wore out. You know, like I said, it's still the original. It's got to be the original chain. It's not a very big chain, so it's almost like what would be on a bike, you know. I know that there's a lot of new garage doors out there that some are chain driven, some are gear driven. Well, with a gear, I think it's just like a big long shaft, and it's got threads on it. It's like a bolt when you drive a bolt in. So it would be kind of like, I guess, like bolt driven, I guess. I don't know what the hell you would call it, but it's like a bolt that's got threads on it. It'll suck, you know, as you go in, the door will suck it up, you know. It'll suck the door up. So, but this is chain driven. So, and I don't mind the chain driven, you know. I'm not sure if I would like the gear driven. I think there's also belt driven. I definitely don't want a belt drive. Those belts would probably slip so easy. They would break too easy, especially on a heavy door like this. You would need a fairly good sized, you know, rubber belt for that, right? So I think I'd rather stick with chain. I'm not having any problems with it like slipping. It's just that it's loose. It's not slipping or anything. So, like I said, this side's tight, this side's loose. So, I don't know what to do. What do you boys think? Let me know. Because I might go back and loosen it up a little bit. I think it's way too tight. Because I thought, like I said, if you would tighten it, it would pull the chain equally, you know, it would be equally tight, and it's not. There's still slop on one side, so it's got to be stretched. So it's definitely got to be stretched, or it's got to be wore out. So I probably could just call the garage door guy, get his opinion on it. He would come down here and take a look for free. He wouldn't charge me anything for it. And then he can tell me what he thinks. And then if it's cheap, I might as well go for it. I might as well just have him fucking replace it, because there's nothing else I can do to it. I mean, I could go buy a chain. I could take the old one off, you know, and go and say, hey, I need this chain, you know, but new. And, you know, fix that myself. But I'd rather have it done correctly, he can tension it up, you know, correctly and stuff. I mean, it probably would. It would get loose, obviously, over the years again. But I don't think that like when the chain's loose, like this is the loose side, this is the tight side, this is the loose side. But you see what happens, like I said, is when the chain pulls, it slams itself up against the thing. So you guys can hear that slamming, and that's not supposed to be doing that. Not that I'm aware of. So, what do you boys think? Leave it below in the comment section. Let me know what you boys think. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. I might just call them next month before payday or something like that. I mean, it'll be fine, I think, for the rest of this month. No problem. I mean, it's been going all winter like that anyway, so I've just been waiting for a good day to show up. And it finally came today, so it's like, well, I'll tighten it up a little bit. But it does no good. I still got the slop on the one side, so I don't know what to do there. I don't know if there's supposed to be I don't think there's supposed to be a pulley in the middle. It never looked like it had a pulley in the middle, so, you know, or whatever to keep the chain safely in there or anything like that. It just flops out, so the only thing that's in there for safety, you know, would just be what takes the weight of the door when it pulls up. So, and the chain's up inside that, right? You guys know. If you guys have a chain door, you know what the hell I'm talking about. I know that on the new garage door, the one that I wanted to get, he said that the springs would be up above the door instead of being the way they are right now. He says that's the way they do them. Like, it would be up in here, not going. I don't know. Well, see, right now it's going vertical. What the hell is it going? Vertical, right? It's going into the building. Well, he said it would be like a coil that would get tensioned up, you know. So I don't care how the spring, you know, how the spring setup is, you know, as long as it works. But that chain, I don't like that chain too much. So you guys will have to let me know what you think. I guess I could call him. I don't have money to obviously pay him now, so I think maybe next month I'll do it. I could get his opinion. He could at least come down and give me a price check or whatever. It's starting to frickin' snow again too. Unbelievable. You boys see the snowing? Frig's sakes. God. I cleaned my frickin' driveway like 3 times today. Well, I'm trying to get the ice off it, right? So, but if you got this crap falling all the time, I'm not even gonna frickin' bother until I know for sure it's done. Well, it's just at the right temperature to be frickin' snowing. Even though that thing says almost 0, but whatever. So, yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna go put a little bit more slack in that chain. I think it's way too tight. Maybe I'll just check it with my finger and see. There has to be some give in there. It can't be, you know, stretched real tight, or it'll just wear it out even quicker, right? You gotta have some slop in there, but geez, not like what's on this side of the chain, right? That's just completely loose. Ah, look at the snow. Jesus. Oh well, it probably would melt as soon as it hit anything anyway, but wow, it's really coming down. I don't know, boys. Let me know what you guys think. Because I'm not super blown away with this, but I've kind of figured that the chain's probably wore out. Because the springs were wore out, and one blew, obviously, so I had them replaced, but just need a whole freaking totally new sumbitch, I guess. Well, I do need a whole new door, but I can't afford that. Look at the snow. Jesus. Yeah, guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess let me know what you boys think. If you guys say that it's just time for a new chain, then I'll do it. I'll just call him up and have him replace it. I'll call my garage door guy. That way he can tension it up right, and he knows what to do. He's a garage door guy, so, you know, I know what to do. Obviously, if it gets loose again, I can just pull that bolt tighter, and it would take care of some of that slot. But this one is, I can't go any tighter unless I break the freaking chain. Well, if I break the chain, it's no good to me then, right? So, damn snow. yeah, guys, I'm gonna take off. So I guess have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.
Thank you.